Well, welcome to day 4 of our 21-day challenge for your living your best year ever. I am excited about this day, and we are going to continue talking about our thoughts and our mindset. Today we're going to talk about more specifically about turning negative thought patterns into positive thought patterns. This will have a huge impact on your life. I must admit, at first, when doing this, it might seem I think everything to me seems a little bit funny. And then the more that I learn about these things and then implement these simple little, like a few minutes a day practices, it makes massive change in my life and in my thoughts, all for the good. That's what we're working on. So this is one of the biggest transformations of my life. A few years ago, I reached a point in my life where it was just filled with parenting, homeschooling, home management, meal prep, school activities, schedules, family, and there was little to no space for me time. Life was chaotic, and I found myself in a state of overwhelm all too often. Maybe you're experiencing that right now. I had completely neglected myself, and I take full responsibility for it. I was pouring out on everyone else while not adequately refilling my own cup. Now, I am a person of faith, and my faith is my number one priority in my life. So my relationship there was really, really good and healthy. And yet, I was not taking time to nurture and grow and to have some self-care in my life. So I got to the point where I felt empty, and I actually felt lost. I didn't even know who I was anymore. And that's kind of another story. So, as part of my journey to finding myself, to become who I was created to be, and live in alignment with my heart, I had to take a really good long look at my thought patterns. Our thoughts are like that tape recorder, we mentioned this yesterday, that just keeps running in the back of your mind, that reel that, I don't know if you guys have that inner voice going. I think like people, we're all a little bit different, and some of us like have a voice going like nonstop. I'm one of those people. I would consider myself more of an empath, and I do like soak up other people's feelings. I typically, can get a good feeling on where people are at. And so maybe that's part of that. I don't know. But often we're unaware of that voice running in our head, and it's just going, and it's having a huge impact on our life. As busy moms or people, we can get burnt out if we neglect taking good care of ourselves. This is certainly not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. Like everything, you can take it to that extreme, or you can use it for massive good, and that is where we are focusing. I now spend time each day in self-care and self-development. I spend at least 30 minutes a day. Now, you could take 5 minutes a day. You take the time that you have, the little cracks, the drive time, the whatever time. Find that time in your life, because it will change your day and your life. I am seeing that I have much more to offer other people as I develop myself and create a more positive, clear-thinking mindset that isn't full of chaos and overwhelm. So remember to include this as an essential part of your day. So our action steps for today, I love this, is becoming more aware of your thought patterns. Number 1, I want you to notice the thought patterns in your mind. Listen to that inner voice, what that is saying. Write them down and see what your pattern is. I'm not good enough. I can't do it. I'll never be loved. Whatever that thought pattern is. And it can be just whatever. You listen, everyone is different. Those are a few common ones that people do come up with. For many of us, it's going to surprise you. All right. I was kind of disappointed to hear mine. I'm like, wow, that's kind of silly, but it was really loud. The negative thought patterns seem to all center on fear. Fear of something. What casts out fear? Love. So pour love into it. Take a deep breath in. Feel whatever the feels are on that, whatever they come up, and you just exhale that out. Now, once you hear those negative thought patterns, step 2, speaking over you without you even realizing it. Choose an affirmation that reflects the truth or the opposite of it. When I started, one that was really big with me is that I was not creative. Now, creative can mean a lot of things. It can be artistically, it can be thought-wise. There's a lot of ways to be creative. And I wrote that I am creative. And that was one that I took through this process. And by the end of it, I looked at my affirmation, my before and my after, and I was like, I wonder why I ever thought that thought. I'm like, I don't even know who that person was that thought all these things. And I wrote my negative thoughts, like here's where I am. I wrote it on the left side of the paper, and I put the opposite of the positive on the right side of the paper. And this wasn't one that I kept. I didn't keep it in a journal, but I had it to look back on to see how far I could come. And it was remarkable. I remember the day specifically that I looked. I pulled that sheet out. It was folded, so I wouldn't see it in a little pocket in my notebook. Pulled it out. I looked at it. I'm like, wow. I don't even recognize that person anymore who had all those thoughts about that were not healthy, that were not good about myself. And it's like, and I read this on the right when I first did this exercise. I would read the stuff on the right every day, all the positive good things, and it was just be like, almost make me laugh, like, So transformational day. So you put those positive on the right side of the paper. If you have any stress or anxiety, you might choose words like, I choose to see peace instead of this. The word choose empowers you as a reminder that you have the power to choose your own happiness, to decide what you think and what you're going to focus on. If you're hearing I'm not smart enough, then you write, I am smart, I am wise, I have God's wisdom. Well, you get to decide the words that have the biggest impact on you. This is an ongoing process of retraining your brain so that you can start to see the good and think more positively about yourself. And then again, that pours out onto other people, and you start seeing more positively about other people also, and appreciating people. So it has a powerful impact on your world. So as this practice, as you align more with what God's thoughts are for you, you are going to find that you are a masterpiece, that you were created for really amazing purposes. And when you align more with how God created you and the truth, you can greater and more easily fulfill those purposes in your life. We are often our worst enemy. We are harder on ourselves than anyone else. And if you think that's a really noble thing, like, yeah, I'm really hard on myself, think again. It's not. We need to be really loving to ourselves, and then we can be in alignment with what God speaks over us. So we can change our thought patterns for the good. And step 3, once you have your affirmation, repeat that affirmation out loud every day. Mine are in a notebook, and I turn the first page, and all my affirmations are there, and I do add to that list, and I use colors, I use whatever is going to motivate and inspire me the most. Close your eyes for those ones, like for mine, I am creative. Close your eyes, breathe deeply in for 3 seconds, hold it for 3, and exhale for 3, while you're thinking about that affirmation and making it true all down to your core. And think about the emotion that you feel like when I think I am creative and I create amazing works or ways to help people. That's my creative is in the teaching area, and it's not artistic, okay? Can't draw a circle, but I can create and bring thoughts together in a manner that's going to inspire people and help people grow into having the best life that they can and living their best version of themselves. Don't know why I'm talking so quiet right now. I guess this is touching my heart because I am very reminded about when I began this practice, and now I go through it and it's like such a good practice to understand. So this habit you can use in any situation in your life, in your day, to bring you back When things get scattered and out of hand, to bring you back to peace and to truth. Seeing things clearly will allow you to move ahead into a really good space in your life. So, do these action steps. This is one that takes some time and it takes some processing. And I'm so excited for you to take these little steps and, make them work for how they work for you and what makes sense for you and what will benefit you the most. And you will find that these little steps will turn into bigger steps and massive change for you in your world and with the people that you love that you're with and in your community and in the world. See you tomorrow on day 5. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.